Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner studio, and with me once again is our turkey farmer.
Local turkey.
I love to see that local turkey. Anyway, Robert Hupman. Robert, you do so much for our community. I just don't think people really realize of all the events you put down there at Hazard Mill Farms and all the things you do in the community. You're kind of one of those unsung heroes, you know, that I hate to put you in the spot and make you feel.
No, I just feel like we're, it's easy for me, it seems like.
I know, it's like second nature. Let's put this thing on. And he's got these great, he's created this great event space on his farm.
Yeah.
Have you named that event center yet?
It's just
Hazard Mill Event Center.
It was literally just a hay barn. That's the reason. So I call it the party barn at some points. That's what my daughter likes to call it. Let's go to the party barn.
It's getting springtime, so it's time for events to happen.
Exactly.
So what do we have? What's the first thing on the agenda for spring?
All right, so we're excited with this. My main goal of Hazard Mill Farms is share the beauty of my farm with the community on the river and bring money in for these nonprofit organizations in the community. So the first one, we kind of got rained out on the Habitat for Humanity haunted walk we did. And a lot of people were disappointed. It picked up there toward the end, but we didn't get the Friday, Saturday crowd that we were expecting because of the rain. So we started off with a bigger event for them, and we're doing a first annual oyster roast. And we're doing oysters in a half shell off the fire. We're going to have shrimp. We're going to have hush puppies.
He's got a.
We got a map.
He's got. I'm sorry. Here, I didn't give cue Mark soon enough to get the map, so apologize for that. He'll have a map. We'll put the map below the video there.
Yep,
so
and then
you can show you all the stuff that's going to go on there. You got that, Mark? He's got it right in there. So Mark panicked, but we got it. We're good. But this is kind of like spur of the moment here.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We do it, but. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on here that you do. So let's talk about what's going to be at this oyster. Where do you get these oysters? Because don't they only come certain times of the year?
Yeah, well, and that's another shout out I want to give out. My good friend at the butcher station, Jimmy, over in Winchester. He has, he's part of the Oyster Trail.
Right.
So his seafood distributor is bringing me about. We're getting, I think, about a couple thousand pounds of oysters in a half shell, 20 some boxes, 150 count of some Chesapeake primes.
Right.
And then we're going to do, he's got the shrimp. So we're going to have quite a few, 100, 200 pounds of shrimp as well.
Shrimp on the Barbie. Huh?
So what we're doing is we're going to sell them $50 a ticket. They're going to have our liquor license there. That comes with, that's just the general admission, $50. You'll get, we'll have it all out on the website, but it's going to be a thing of oysters, a pound of shrimp, and then you can pick all your sides and whatnot. We're going to have.
You won't go hungry.
No, you're not going to go hungry. We also have, we're going to do chili, hot dogs, hamburgers for the non-shellfish crowd, so they can still come out and have a good time. We're going to have axe throwing. That's already been listed. We're getting. I haven't announced the live music. We're working on.
You're going to have a band. You always have music.
We're going to get some live music out there. And then have a nice fire out there. Everybody can kick back, relax, have a good time. We also have a couple of we're going to have sponsorship level tables as well. So it'll go from silver, gold to the VIP, where you're going to have your own butler, for say. And we're gonna be down there. Valet. We're going to be there serving your food directly to your tables.
There's always a few that have to have that little pinky up there.
Well, I mean,
so it's something for everybody.
If they're here to help and buy one of these VIP tables, we're going to make sure they're going to have a really good, enjoyable time.
Sure. And the money goes to a good cause.
Yeah,
it goes to a good cause. I think I was talking to Amanda the other day at the Habitat, and they've got stuff planned for the spring. They're looking for some lots. I can tell you, they're always looking for lots.
And that's for me. When I ran back in 2019 for the board of supervisors, that was my affordable housing solution.
Sure,
and they have a great program, and if the town and county could come up with some of these properties, they would buy them up and get rid of some of these old buildings and get some affordable housing for families.
And the thing about these housing, these are ownership. These are people that actually buy these houses. This is not free.
No, they put sweat equity in. They got to qualify.
Sure.
And then they get a affordable mortgage rate, essentially.
Right. And they develop roots in the community. And most of them, all have children or.
Yep, they do, and they take care of their places. I know numerous friends and family that have Habitat houses, and Ann Lamb was one of them, my 4-H leader, and they take pride in it. You give them an opportunity to get their own house, and it's theirs. They're excited. And,
Nothing better than home ownership sometimes.
No.
You know, it really, and it's what we build in the community. You know, it's enough. We have enough renters, which is nothing wrong with renters.
No,
we all have rented,
Yep.
but nothing like owning your own place.
No, and teachers, you know, that's teachers and law enforcement could potentially qualify for these programs, and
sure,
you know, every little bit helps.
But the biggest problem is getting a lot to build them on.
Yes,
and that's always a hassle. That's got to meet the requirements. There's a lot more requirements than just any old lot. I mean, there are some requirements. So, but they are constantly looking and love. I mean, they're going to buy them. I mean, they're not.
they're not asking it for a handout,
free, but they would like a good price. I mean, but they are looking for some affordable lots that they can build some houses on.
But, you know, if the town, you know, you potentially partner and relieve some of that tap fees for some of these properties, or they'll still pay for it, but maybe break it down initial costs.
And they do that. The county do participate, and they do make it work.
Yeah,
so
I think
this is a great fundraiser for the Habitat for Humanity.
It's just a good kickoff to our.
It's a good kickoff. And tell me again the dates.
It's going to be on March
26th.
26th.
March. Yeah, I know what the date.
See, he knows. That's why you're here.
What's the time?
We're debating on time. I think it's going to be around from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, so not after dark or anything.
No, it's going to be a good day during the day. Come out, enjoy the sun, hopefully sunshine.
Right, and his farm is in, I want to say Bentonville, but...
some say the center of the universe. But,
but it's easy to get to, and it's on the other side of the river. But we'll have there's maps and directions and all the stuff that comes out.
Right past Downriver Canoe Company. You come down to Indian Hollow, make your left, and that's us.
You can't miss it.
No, real easy.
Do you hear the turkeys?
Yeah, there's tons of turkeys. Wild and tame.
And wild turkey, we won't go into that. Anyway,
that'll be at the event.
So what's going on after that? Because I know you got one following right up pretty
close. Yeah, so we have one coming up in May. We did it last year, and I'm sure Megan from the Humane Society and all of us will be in here to talk about the particulars, but we're debating on the dates right now between May 14th or the 21st like we originally planned, but I think the wine festival is on the 21st.
Yeah, and the 13th is whatever that was, Saturday is Mother's Day. Saturday is the Family Fun Day downtown. So that's and then I think they're doing their 5K runs. Edward Jones is on the same day. So there's a lot of stuff that happens in May because the weather changes. So
you get the weather change. The river level's perfect. We're going to do the canoe race again.
Yeah.
We're going to change the course up a little bit. We're going to go from Hazard Ford up here at Acorn Hill and come down to my property instead of going down to Low Water Bridge or the old Low Water Bridge.
Right.
So it's going to be a new exciting course. We're going to offer tube floating pickups. We're going to probably do the axe throwing again. I would imagine that was a big hit.
That.
It's fun when you're at an event. Just throw some axes. And, and then I'm sure they're going to plant some really good food vendors as well. And it's just going to be a really good time.
You think of the axe throwing as like a macho guy thing, but these women are really into it. Right?
Yeah. Well, I know in April we got, April, the Adventure Enablers race is going to be out there at the farm as well.
Yeah.
They usually do downriver, but they've grown. So they're using me as kind of like an overflow and sign up. So we're doing all sorts of stuff.
Tons of stuff to happen at Hazard Mill Farms. And Robert does a great job in our community to work with nonprofits and our community events and groups and help just really make place a better place to live. I mean, for everyone. I mean, it's great.
It's a pleasure working with all these organizations. They like to say they make me look good because I just start a little fire and they take it from there. And,
and a lot of times it's kind of like the Habitat. We need a lot to do all this good work. A lot of times to do these events, you need a space to do it.
Yeah.
And we really don't have a lot of event spaces that can
not
handle.
Not in town.
And the park, we can do a few things, but it takes a large space, an open space to do a lot of these events. You got noise ordinances, you can crank the band up and
I'm pretty secluded where I'm at, and the neighbors are really good to me. I don't have many of them, but we do have a few.
And the turkeys don't mind.
The turkeys don't. They like
We're talking about turkeys because Robert is a turkey farmer. He puts around 75,000 turkeys a year through.
Close to 70,000.
And it's year round. It's not just at Thanksgiving.
No, we're steady pumping them in and out.
The 24/7, and you do most of this just yourself and a helper or two.
Yeah, I finally hired a full-time help to help me out. The past couple flocks has been really nice having that extra hand.
Yeah. He comes in here with the toothpicks propped his eyes open sometime because, you got to get up awful early in the morning, take care of.
Yeah, I do the turkeys, and then as soon as I leave here, I go back and I'll teach some kids jiu-jitsu here at the battlegrounds.
Yeah.
I'm back and forth between Lou Ray and Front Royal teaching jiu-jitsu.
Is that
more like choking?
Oh yeah, choking.
Yeah, arm bars, good stuff.
That's great. See, but that's a good skill to learn. I mean, it does build a lot of confidence in young people.
It does.
They're not going to go out and fight. It's really not about fighting. It's really about defense. And
no. When the kids are confident in their ability, they don't look for trouble. They're able to handle what I call vocal bullies.
Exactly. And there's a discipline to it, and I think that's part of the respect and the discipline and the whole thing. It's kind of like a package deal.
And they have a lot of fun. You'll have kids super quiet come in there and just real timid, and then they just blossom.
They surprise you, don't they?
Yeah, they're really excited every time they come in. That just makes it worth your while. Yeah. I do jiu-jitsu for free all the time, and I just love giving that information back. It's really about passing it back on. And
all right. Well,
it's good for everything.
Robert, we appreciate all the things you do for our community. We're going to help do everything we can to help promote it.
Yeah, no.
We'll put all the information here below, and they'll put the thing about the events coming up, and we'll keep those updated. So check it out on the Royal Examiner. Look at the Hazard Mill Farms. Look at the links to all the other nonprofits that are putting on these events. And support these things that go in our community, because it takes a village. I hate to say that, but it does.
No, it does.
And it does make a great place to live and raise our family.
Yep, that's what we're looking for.
All right, Robert. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.